Okay, looking into it. Just want to go over my pre-market game plan. Pre-market game plan coming into today's session. So, clearly here, right? My three on my close watch list is Apple, Nvidia, and Tesla. The main two is going to be Tesla and Nvidia. I'm sorry, Tesla and Apple. So, I mean, we can already see right now Apple has some buyers stepping up at the bottom of this range. Clearly, right? So, I would love to see this stay a little bit heavy, and see if we can get an entry at the bottom of this range. Right? This is exactly what I'm looking for. We can see, Apple doesn't have a problem holding the bottom of the range and getting back to the top of the range. Apple's really just been stuck in this channel. So the two high probability shots is right catching it down here or just a break and retest outside of this channel at the top of the range. Tesla. So Tesla, this is exactly what I want, right? I want a deeper pullback here. I want a deeper pullback here. I want to get in at the bottom of the range. Just as an A plus trade for me. This is an A plus shot. You guys heard me say all last week. I want to trade down here. I want to trade on Tesla down here. Let me zoom out here, right? Look at that. I want to be in a trade at the bottom of the range. Or we already made all-time highs. So yeah, we made some money up here. But I want to be in a trade down here before we get back up here. As I always say, right, we're late to the party up here. We can't really expect to hold our trade as much when we're already at the top of the range and made all-time highs. So for me personally, this is perfect, right? I just hope that we can get a little bit deeper pullback here. You can see that it's being defended very, very well during the pre-market. Look at that. That's exactly what I want to see. And if I don't get this, then I'm looking for a break and retest over 470, 450, right? So those are really the two A plus shots that I'm looking for here. It's either going to be this, right? And I'm stopped out right away if I know that I'm wrong. Or if Tesla wants to open strong and we don't get a pullback here, I'm looking for my long over 470, 450. That's an A plus shot. So this is Tesla's definitely the main watch here. Tesla's definitely the main watch here. And then Nvidia. So Nvidia is just pretty much in the middle of no man's land, clearly, right? So we can't forget, I mean, the way Nvidia is like these are plays that are setting up because Nvidia broke this on the daily, right? This is a weekly level. Remember, we were watching this thing 184.50 like crazy. So we broke it, but we still need a retest of this level. Can't forget that. We still need this retest. So this is just a name we got to be patient for setup. And then obviously if NVIDIA wants to be open strong, right, we're just looking for a break and retest over 190.10. That played out beautifully. We cashed out on this on Friday. So I'll be looking at the exact same trade here. As of right now, pretty much just hands off. It's in the middle of no man's land. So it's really Tesla and Apple that's opening up near some key levels. And then you can clearly see, AMD is pretty heavy. So for AMD, I would really just be looking for a pop and fade off of 213.50. A pop and fade off of 213.50. Reason for that being is, right, look at the RR here. Right, this thing was a support level all of last week, literally all of last week, every single day. And now we're falling under it. So if I can get a pop and fade for 213.50, if I can get a pop and fade off of 213.50, there's nothing in its way to the downside. This is a big RR trade. Like I said, where AMD is sitting right now, we're not bullish bias or bearish bias. So those are the two I'm sorry, those are the three high probability shots I'm looking for. But right, coming into market open, it's definitely going to be Tesla. It's definitely going to be Tesla, right? I want to get in at the bottom of this range. So this is setting up, right? I like to see that, hey, buyers are stepping up down here. If I can get a deep enough pullback, right? Just a deep enough pullback, I'm taking my shot down here. That's just a great trade setting up. It's a Monday. Those contracts won't be volatile. I'm not too stressed out about it. Look at that. That's beautiful, right? Actually, I'll go here on the daily. Look at that. I want to be in a trade at the bottom of the range down here before we get back to the top of the range. You can see this is name clearly trending. So it looks really, really good. So this is the main watch coming in to open. And like I said, Apple as well, right? If Apple can give us a deep enough pullback here, right? I mean, we can already see buyers have stepped up at the bottom of the range, right? That's not a surprise. It's not a surprise. So we're going to be watching Tesla here at market open, right? We got about 10 seconds. See what this market does. I'll be looking at the 470, no, 476 calls, but be patient here. You guys know I don't trade that first 2 minute candle. Only name I'm spotting right now with clear divergence is Apple. Only name. So we're gonna be patient here. Big wicks, big candles equals very risky. So very volatile open. NVIDIA can give us this retest today. That's solid. Remember, we broke this. We still need a retest off of 184.50. So I actually want NVIDIA to stay heavy. NVIDIA is very heavy. So I'm sorry, not SPY. Nvidia and Tesla are actually has relative weakness compared to the overall market. SPY is ripping to the upside. It doesn't have one red close candle yet. So SPY and Qs are actually breaking above the high day. So we're just gonna be patient. These are very big candles here, so we don't want to be involved in that. Very volatile open. As we know, Tesla definitely does its own thing. A lot of relative strength here on Apple. We have a orange folder news at 7 a.m. Okay, so very strong open here on the SPY, on the Qs. Remember, we did gap down here. So I'm sorry, not Apple. SPY right now rallying to the upside. It's just filling this gap, which is good. Right? This is the previous day low. We opened up way down here, so we actually gapped down on the market. So right now, this thing pushing to the upside is what I want to see. No, Tesla stays heavy. I really can't be too surprised just because, well, it did just make all-time highs. So, it making all-time highs and then pretty much just selling off. Can't be too surprised, right? Even Tesla gapped down. So I would love to see Tesla kind of reclaim this, but you can see it's pretty heavy. Just made all-time highs. Now we're seeing this a little bit. So, right, history likes to repeat itself, like I tell you guys. So when you look over here, last time Tesla was up here, it led to this sell-off. So we'll see if that's going to do the same thing. I would love to see this hold, but right now it's definitely showing relative weakness compared to the overall market. Spine cues looking pretty good during open. So I'm gonna be patient here on Tesla. If this thing can set up and give us a displacement candle and then a retest, that looks really good. And it's a gap fill play to the upside. We're still very bullish bias on this name though. The video is just kind of sitting dead smack in the middle of no man's land. Yeah, as of right now, it's really just Tesla and Nvidia just showing us relative weakness on the market because right now Qs and SPY are rallying to the upside. Not a single red closed candle right now on SPY. Look at that. Just straight to the upside. Qs looks good too, breaking through the high day. So you can see the relative weakness on these tech names right now. If AMD can pull back to 213.50, I would definitely like a short off of this. The only thing is AMD is in sync with the market. This would be off the pre-market plan, but I just don't like that yeah, this thing is in sync with the market. Yeah, I'm watching Tesla, guys. Watching Tesla. I'd rather skip this trade on AMD. I would only be looking to short off this level. And if I'm not spotting any divergence on this aim, kind of hands off. Okay, nice bounce here. Market is strong. Market is very strong. SPY and the Qs are ripping right now. I'm looking at the 467.50 calls on Tesla. So one strike price out of the money. I just need way more displacement here. A lot of these names are bouncing. Crazy V-shaped recovery here on Nvidia. Just broke through the high day. Apple's been the strongest one, but pretty much sitting nowhere near key level. I'm hands off on AMD. This is the only name I really wanted to short. I don't care to go long off that. You see our key level here is being respected very well on Tesla. Very, very well. Let's see if NVIDIA can stay strong and get over 190.10. It's a great V-shaped recovery here on NVIDIA. Get cues. So market's strong right now. Market is very strong. We've already filled the gap. Barely, barely. We filled the gap by like 99.9%. 99.9%. But very strong open here. Very, very strong open. Let's see. I'm looking at Tesla on the 15-minute time frame too, so it's a big wick, which is like that's what I want to see, right? Look at that. I just want to see buyers step up very aggressively. I understand that if we fell into this level and buyers step up, these are just people trying to short this, getting squeezed out of their positions for a loss. Look at that. I'm not going to force it, but I'm reading the price action here. Only way I go long is if I get strong displacement. So if it's not ready, it's not ready. It might be too early to tell, but you can see buyers are definitely trying to step up and defend this. Every time we pull back down here, right, we see the damage body tells the story. So buyers step up and push this thing up. So they're trying to defend. Apple's like really strong. Look at Apple. I was really hoping to catch this at the bottom of the range, but see what I mean here? We want to be in a trade down here before we get up here. It's the highest probability shot, right? Buyer just stepped up very early during the pre-market and give us a chance. I just really want Apple to get outside of this channel over 275.90. Two 50 out of the low. Tesla's flirting with us. Tesla's flirting with us. Like I said, this is what I'm looking at. Like that's what I want to see. That 15-minute candle. Right, buyers are definitely stepping up here. We just need to wait for if it sets up displacement. Because buying cues is very strong, so we definitely have the market in our favor. Right? Best way to avoid getting faked out is right, just waiting for proper displacement, right, and then the retest. So technically speaking, we really haven't gotten a breakout above this. Look at that. These are all wicks. We haven't gotten a body candle closure above this. So we're just waiting for a break and retest to set up here. Nothing on AMD. NVIDIA's just kind of sitting in the middle of no man's land. Our SPY's still sitting very high. Yeah, SPY looks good. We did gap down, but we filled that gap fairly quick. Like I said during the pre-market, we still need a retest here, right? 685.80, that still needs a retest. We can't forget that. So these would just be healthy pullbacks anyway on SPY. 665.50. Give you a better visual here. Right, look at this. We broke it, never got a retest. We still need that. And this is a weekly level. That's a big deal. Like I said, we ended up breaking this, right? Just look left. It was resistance and then turn into support. So we broke 685.80 and we haven't retested that. So, the market pulling back is still very healthy. We filled this gap fairly quick, which is good. We just made all-time highs again on Friday. So we can expect some pullbacks here, but these are key levels that still needs to be retested. So here's reason I'm just kind of hands off here is just, you can see it's just pretty much dead smack in the middle of the range still, right? I want to be in a trade down here on Qs. Ended up taking that shot last week at the bottom of the range. See what I mean? Down here before it gets up here. So the bottom of the range is the highest probability shot on this name. We're still bullish bias, very bullish bias, but just look here. It's a key level that just keeps getting respected. It's the only shot that I really like on Qs. Um, and then of course, if we can get over 629, there's nothing in its way until all-time highs. Decent open though. This thing filled this gap too. You see a lot of our names are kind of just sitting. Tesla's the only one that's just sitting near our key level. So I like that it's flirting with it instead of just a complete sell-off. So we'll be patient here. Yeah, Nvidia is just in the middle of nowhere, but it's either going to be a pullback long off of this 184.50 or break and retest over 190.10. But as of right now, it's just sitting in the middle of no man's land. Statistically speaking, if the candle stays within the first 5-minute candle, it's just going to chop. Let's see how this candle closes here on Tesla, guys. This is exactly what I want to see. I just got to see the candle close. It doesn't close strong enough. I just got to wait for more displacement. 467.50 calls. Pretty much just one strike price out of the money. All right, guys, I'm waiting for the retest here. Seeing a deeper pullback. 467.50 calls. Just need a deeper pullback. Just reading this. Market is pulling back too, so I need to see like strong buyers step up here. Market's pulling back. Nope. No, good way to hold our water. Good way to hold our water. Right now, Qs and SPY's just pulling back. SPY's not near the low of day, but it's getting there. Yeah, that was a good way to hold our water there. So guys, if this sets up again, right, we're not playing the reclaim because buyers never showed their hand, right? You only play the reclaim when buyers actually defend this and then we fell under. So if this sets up again, we would just have to wait for another break and retest opportunity. Hope that makes sense. I'm definitely watching Tesla though. This thing is flirting. It's definitely flirting. I'm not going to force this trade, but right now the market's pulling back and Tesla's actually holding up. I'm side-eyeing Nvidia as well. I know Nvidia is a slow mover, but if this thing can stay heavy and pull back to 184.50, I like it. Market hasn't even been open for 30 minutes, so just gotta be patient. Seems to me, SPY and Qs pretty much just like filled their gaps, and then as soon as it filled the gap, pretty much just reversed. They haven't broken the lower day yet, so yeah. NVIDIA pretty much does have like the cleanest price action. It's just sitting nowhere near key level. Apple's starting to chop a bit, but like that's really no surprise. Apple's just sitting dead smack in the middle of a channel. We can't forget as well that technically speaking, QQQ is dead smack in the middle of a channel as well. So can't forget that. This is where QQQ is sitting right in between that. So SPY pulling back is healthy. It's definitely healthy. Like I said, this needs a retest. That needs a retest. So it's actually really healthy on SPY to be pulling back here. Some relative weakness here on Tesla. Good job here to like hold our water and not get faked out. Really good job there. All right, because this is exactly the type of candle we want. Big, strong, bullish momentum candle, proper displacement, candle closure. You can see it's trying to be defended down here. It definitely is. Yeah, there's just nothing on AMD. But yeah, AMD's just in sync with Qs. Yeah, they're pretty much identical. Like I was looking at AMD here, guys, but I just don't like see how I have this labeled as read market context because on a technical standpoint, it's just sitting in between 225 and 203, right? But what I did like when I was making my analysis is this is held as support all week last week. So I was like, okay, if we can turn this support into resistance, there's nothing in its way to the downside. I was actually looking to short off this level here on AMD. But what I don't like is it's pretty much identical with the Qs, right? That's why I have it labeled read market context. So if this is in sync with the Qs and I'm not spotting relative weakness, pretty much hands off. But this is like looks good, right? Could target this lower day or the bottom of the range as well. But right now it's just in sync with the Q, so I don't really care for that. But overall, like really on all of our tech names, it's really not much going on. This was the only one. Just gotta be patient here and see. Like NVIDIA kind of just setting up, right? But look at NVIDIA, it's nowhere near our key level, like nowhere near it. Um, Apple, right? Sitting dead smack in the middle of the channel. Just want to give you guys a visual so you can see what I'm seeing, right? This is what I was looking for, but that happened during the pre-market, so there's nothing on Apple. We already went over NVIDIA, Tesla, right? That's just heavy. Tesla's just heavy. So I'm not really looking to short Tesla until we break market structure because this name is very bullish still. But right, it just had this consolidation period. So I just gotta wait and see, right? Is Tesla gonna do this, right? Or are we just gonna look for that? We won't know until we know. And then the thing about Tesla as well, Let me go here. Right, I don't want this to fall back into, pretty much being in between all of this, right? Because then it's just back in this channel. So I would love to see it like hold right 450.50. If it falls under 450.50, I'm just hands off here. So I don't want to trade in the middle of a channel. So we just gotta be patient and see. The market is pulling back as well. So doesn't necessarily have that in its favor. But I mean, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row. 6 days actually, right? We made all-time highs. And then sellers have definitely been in control on this name. We're bullish bias, right? We just want a crazy rip to the upside, crazy rip. But this is healthy market structure, right? We make new all-time highs, we consolidate. So it's either like a next leg lower or a next leg higher. Yeah, not a lot going on our tech names as well. Let me see. Mm, the biggest news I'm finding really regarding the tech names, right? We're coming into the end of the year, right? Pretty expected when a lot of these names make all-time highs. You guys know the saying, buy low, sell high. So, once we're at the top of the range on a couple of these names, really can't be surprised if we're seeing that. So we'll see. We shall see. This is today's news, not too long ago. So makes sense just a little bit. Yeah, not too much going on. We saw the outcome of where is it? This on Friday. We saw the outcome of this on Friday, like just a big deal. So it's been a lot of positive news here for Nvidia. A lot of positive news here. Um, just pulling back, but obviously we're bullish bias on this chart. And then I'm not too surprised on Nvidia because as I teach you guys, after a nice trendy day, what's typically followed up by it? Consolidation. So, when you look at Nvidia here, look at the day that it had on Friday. I mean, we caught this move off of, I can't even see that key level, but we caught this move off of this. But man, this thing ended up breaking, retesting, and trended the entire day, right? We had sell off at the end of the day, but it had a nice day on Friday, a very nice day. So really no surprise here. What we're seeing on the video, just kind of a little choppy day. I will say though, it did, on a technical standpoint, fill this gap as well. It did fill this gap. So kind of a slow Monday here, as you can see. So nothing sets up. Really just a good way to start the week, right? Sitting on our hands, taking the highest probability shot. Not trading is still trading. Not trading is still proper risk management. And our job is to take the highest probability setups. So I'm being patient here. It's 7:01. So even though it feels like forever, market's only been open 30 minutes. Red Folder News just came out. I'm sorry, Orange Folder. Uh, it beat the forecast and it beat the previous, which is good, which was just dependent home sales. So I just understand how Tesla works. Well, did not mean to do that. Sorry. I understand how Tesla works. So I would want to see Tesla do something like that. We'll see. Or it might just stay heavy. Hughes looks pretty good. Hughes is just, it's pulling back, but it's still holding. Like I said, Hughes is just in the middle of the channel as well. I want to see if NVIDIA can actually break under this lower day. Like SPY might break under this lower day here. Sorry, give me one sec. See what I'm kind of hoping for. So I'm reading this. It's like if Qs can pull back a little bit deeper instead of just sit where it's sitting, I would love for it to like find some support on the weekly and then we could see a bounce in these tech names. That would be nice, or like at least a lower day bounce here um, on the Qs. Let's see, SPY might break through this lower day. Yeah, pretty volatile open. This thing went all the way up to 689.20. And right now it's sitting at 687.45. Yeah, Tesla's just pulling back very heavy today. Let's see what's the news on Tesla. Tesla. Mm, mm. This reported earnings. Yeah, I'm not really finding like too much news on Tesla. It's just pulling back. There's not much going on this name. Because you can see Nvidia's holding up, right? Nvidia's holding up, Apple's holding up. Tesla's just the heaviest one. Tesla's just the heaviest one. Yeah, this is like a patient play, guys, because this, remember, we were hawking this thing forever, forever, and then we ended up just getting this breakout, and the breakout was so strong we never got a retest. So SPY just broke under the lower there, but like this is an A plus shot, right? Like this is a trade that I really want. We already kind of got the little bull flag break here on the daily, so this is a retest if needed. So it's very good. See, I have labeled here retest needed 184.50. So SPY is trying to bounce out this lower day. Nothing on Apple. I would love to see Nvidia break under this lower day here. I would love to see that. At least got to see what sets up this first hour. It's only 7:07. That Q's is pulling back. I hope you guys are kind of getting to the point where like the comfortability point of like everything just looks slow, which I kind of hope, right? Once things start making sense a little bit, things start to look a little bit slower, which is what you want, right? You don't want to feel like everything is chaotic and you don't know what to do, or like you're looking at the 1 minute time frame. To each their own. So I hope that makes sense for you folks. Uh, like, is it looking a little bit slower? I would hope so, a little bit. You just want to be always like calm and collective when you're trading. So once you look at these from the higher time frame, things start to look a little bit slower. I hope that makes sense. But that's like the level of comfortability that I want you guys to get to for sure. So shit, you're a pretty fast learner, so you definitely should start slowing down a little bit. Let's see. Okay, so Nvidia, I'm sorry, not Nvidia, Tesla moved 469, 461. So hasn't really moved that much on the intraday. About $9, if that. On average, it moves 15 to 20. See, this is what I'm trying to correlation I'm trying to make here, or the read that I'm trying to make is this. Like I'm hoping right now you can pull back with the market, which what it seems to be doing. And I would love to see buyers step up here on Qs, and that gives us a bounce on these tech names, right? This is obviously a key level. So I would love to see Qs do this, and then I see that ripple effect across the overall market with these tech names. So for the sake of like market structure and looking for this play to set up, I actually want NVIDIA to just continue to pull back. So when you look in the video right now, right, look in the video, and then look at Q's on the 2 minute. Look at that. They're in sync. All right, look at that candle here on Q's. Look at that candle on the video. Lower day bounce here on the Q's. Lower day bounce here on the video. So these names are in sync. They're in sync. Look at that. So that's what I want. I want to see if Q's can continue to pull back, break under this lower day, which I think it will since SPY broke under this lower day. And then I just want to see buyers step up here at 617.75, defend this. And I just see the correlation over with NVIDIA at 184.50. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. On average, Tesla moves $15 to $20 in a day, so I'm not necessarily ruling this out. So far, we've moved maybe like $9 to $10. I've traded Tesla long enough to know that it could just do that. It really can. And then, right, let's say, Q's does pull back and hold that weekly level, and we see that bounce across the overall market. I wouldn't even be surprised about that either. So it's kind of just what I mean by like, hey, patient pays. Yeah, Q's has to break under the lower day because SPY did. Has to. I think it will. Let's see. See this bounce on the Q's? See this bounce on the video? See what I mean? Definitely in sync. I'm telling you guys, if obviously, right, since we've been trading, I mean, we've definitely had our hot weeks, but I hope it's coming off as like the less we trade, the more we make. Right now, of course, 2 weeks ago was on a crazy streak. We took, 4 trades that week, but right, less is more. So when we just sit on our hands and wait for the highest probability shots, like that's when we get paid. So not trading every day is a great thing. Trust me. Let me see. Anybody's saying, kids are saying, have you? And then on New Year's Eve, I thought the market would be like half a day, but it's still normal hours on New Year's Eve. It's crazy how fast time flies. Like, on a technical standpoint, I think we start, hold on, I think we start quarter one this week on Thursday. That's the first, January 1st. Yeah. So it's a crazy thing about the market, which I also love about it. It's like, the holidays that happen, and as soon as everything passes, it's like nothing ever happened. Like you're just back to it. So, as soon as Thursday hits, like we're back stepping on the gas. Um, Quarterly earnings are back into play, all those things. So looks good. All right, market hasn't been open an hour yet. I'm definitely eyeing Tesla. Right, if this thing can break structure, I like it. So we'll see. We're bullish bias on this name. I'm seeing a lower day bounce here on the SPY and the Qs. Right, look at that. I want Qs to pull back a little bit deeper. Lower day bounce here on the video too. Right, I'm not too. I mean, look at all the tech names bouncing right now, just because SPY and Qs are pulling back to the bottom of the range. I'm not too surprised. I want Qs to pull back a little bit heavier, just a little bit more. On a technical standpoint, what we're looking at on Qs is just a lower day bounce. Right, we never broke through the lower day. See what I mean? So big bounce here on the Qs at the lower day. Big bounce here. So this is what I mean when I say, I mean, you can spot some of these names just being in sync. Like NVIDIA right now, we're seeing that pop just because of Qs. We're bullish bias on Tesla. So I'm just being patient here. Like I said, I'm not going to force this, but if it sets up and I get good displacement like I did here and buyers can show their hands, right? This is the A plus shot at the bottom of the range. That is the A plus trade. And then, right, if this sets up, I just like it more because this shows me, right, these are all retail traders who got squeezed out of their positions for a loss. They're trying to short this name, right? And that fuels that move higher. So we'll see. SPY's back over I'm sorry, over the lower day. Right, the market's still sitting high. The market's still very bullish. It's a very strong open. We just can't forget on a technical standpoint, Q's is sitting in the middle of the channel still. So that's why we try and correlate our shots with long entries at the bottom of the range on the Qs. See what I mean? I wanted this thing to pull back just a little bit more, just a little bit more, but very big lower day bounce here off the Qs. Very bullish market. Look at that. Right, that's exactly what you want to see. Qs is still in play. I mean, Qs is definitely lagged behind from the SPY because SPY made all-time highs. SPY's already made all-time highs, or new all-time highs, I should say, on Friday. But look at Qs. Definitely have some ways to go. Definitely have some ways to go right now. It's at 620. All-time highs is at 637. So it's not too far, but it's far enough. I'm really eyeing Tesla here. It's kind of, let me see. Yeah, I mean, that is a structured break on the intraday. Like I said, I'm not going to force this, but it's setting up, and I'm not going to. Market hasn't even been open for an hour, right? Technically, we got to give ourselves like 2 hours, but because now what I'm spotting on Tesla is just a little bit of relative strength here, just a little bit. Like you can see, Q's is, it's pulling back. It's technically kind of trending lower. Well, it is trending lower on the lower day, right? Or low, lower, low, lower, low. Until we break structure, which will be this, then it's different. We held this lower day bounce, so maybe we'll see it. But I'm just noticing that on Tesla. So hopefully this thing can hold. If anything, it may chop, but we'll see. Yeah, I want to see this, right? Look at that. I want to see this just be a hammer stick candle. It's exactly what I want to see. So we'll see. I'm just saying, nothing for NVIDIA. Clean price action on NVIDIA because we know how NVIDIA can be just nowhere near key level, so it doesn't really matter. Very strong open here on Apple. I'm just watching Apple every day because I've traded this name long enough to know, dude, once it runs, it's gonna run. So even though I'm trying to like catch this at the bottom of the channel, which is still like a great trade, this is just what I want, right? Just outside of this, I want to turn this into support. So 275.90 is like really our shot here on Apple. And you can see the last 2 days, we flirted with that. And every time we get up here, right? Every time, look at that. We just, sellers are sitting here. Sellers are sitting here. So it's a lot of built up liquidity up here. So when this thing pops, it's going to pop. I know that much. Yeah, Tesla looks good. Tesla looks really good. Just gotta be patient here for this, but it definitely looks good. Hughes is about to break structure. See, the problem is a lot of traders, they come into open and they're looking for instant plays and they don't let the market develop, right? These candlesticks are telling us a story. So, we're still very bullish on this name. Like, this is nice. I mean, that's a crazy low day bounce this thing shoots. We're kind of close to breaking structure. If we can do that, that looks solid. And you can see these tech names are following behind it. That's what I'm looking for on Qs. I'm sorry, on Tesla. Starting to see this on Apple. I just need Apple to get out this channel. You can see pretty much had a lower day bounce here, right? Buyers are starting to step up. Strong pop here on Apple. I'm still watching Tesla, guys. Still watching Tesla. If anything, this looks just even better now that the volatility has slowed down. Right, big wicks, big candles. I know you guys hear me say that. I want to stay away from those. They're just very risky, very volatile. All right, look at these candles to our left. Now look at the candles. These are the candles we want. Yeah, I'm watching Tesla, guys. Like I said, I'm not gonna force it, but if this sets up, it's a really good shot here. I would love to see a another displacement candle such as this. Like that's a beautiful candle. Let's see, what is this? This is 467.90. Yeah, okay. Very nice recovery here. We know what we're looking for. Like all this is noise. I don't care about that because I'm not looking to short this name. But a V-shaped recovery, right? We reclaim the low day. We're breaking structure. This gives me more conviction in this trade. I got the market in my favor. It's setting up. It's definitely setting up. Look at these candles compared to these candles on the left. These are cool, calm, and collective candles. That's what I want to see. We could just reject off of 466.50, but this recovery is like definitely what I want to see here. Look at Q's. Like on the dot, just lower day bounce. That was on the dot. Look at that. Crazy. The trend is your friend. The trend is your friend. Yeah, it's a nice bounce here on Tesla. It's a very nice bounce. I like these candles. I like the market structure. This looks really good. Both SPY and the Qs as well. Looks good. Yeah, Tesla is definitely setting up. It's definitely setting up. Guys, I'm looking at the 467.50 calls here on Tesla. Just one strike price out of the money. We're gonna be patient though. We're not gonna wag our tail too fast. I still need proper displacement. Yeah, let's see how this candle closes. Market hasn't even been open for an hour, 7:28. We did our job, right? This is a key level here. This is a very strong key level, being respected very well. But this is an amazing recovery, like literally a V shape. Exactly what you want to see. Potentially starting with this. All these tech names are moving higher. Momentum's down just a little bit, but this thing's definitely setting up. 7:30 on the dot. So NVIDIA lower day was 185.90. Now it's at 187 and moving. Crazy low day bounce here on that. You guys know me, technically speaking, I do trade the first 2 hours of market open, but see this hammer stick? That is beautiful. Look at that. That is beautiful. We just gotta be patient. If this can set up on a Monday, this really could turn into a possible swing trade. I don't want to jump the gun there, but this is like the lowest risk entry here on Tesla over 466.50. This is the lowest risk entry. We can get in here for buyers step back up. That looks really, really good. This hammer stick candle, that's what I want to see. So we just got to be patient on this. It's trending for sure. It's buyers have definitely taken over thus far. It's a Monday too, so like I know these contracts. I'm not too worried about them being volatile. Theta is not a factor. So, like I said, 467.50 calls is what I'll be looking at, guys. Flirting with it. We've got to wait for displacement, fellas. Can't really jump the gun here. Especially after something like this, I need buyers to show me that they've taken over. So I see these wicks, right? See that? I need this to get over. So it's got to be patient. And I need displacement on this candle as well, right? I don't want a break and base. A break and base is when you get a breakout and then you just buyers hold it and then it shoots up. I don't want that. I need displacement. This looks good. Just gotta be patient. Just reading this, guys. My contracts are ready. 467.50 calls. They are ready. I'm just reading this. So just be on standby. Yeah, this looks good. This looks good. Can't let FOMO kick in. Gotta be patient, hold our water. Gotta be patient, hold our water. Hopefully we just get a retest. Look at that. People are trying to short this name. No. Love to see if we can get an entry here. I need this candle to close though. Like proper displacement. At least 467.50. At least that's like a whole dollar breakout. Mm. Yeah, this looks better. We just gotta wait for the pullback here. I just need a better candle to close. Yeah, this is like a 50 cent, 55 cent breakout, so that's not enough displacement for me. Trust me, guys, this is how we This is how we avoid fake outs. The more displacement, the better. So just hold your water. This looks good though. Looks really, really good. Right, market's pulling back, making a red candle. This is pushing higher. I like it. I like it. V-shaped recovery. Let's just see if we can get a pullback here. Hughes is pulling back, SPY's pulling back. So I want to see if we can pull back here and strong buyers step up. That's just what I'm looking for. I want to see strong buyers step up here. Hmm. It's worth a shot for me. It's pulling back with Hughes. All right, guys, I'm long. I'm long Tesla. The further we pulled away from that, the bigger our risk. So let's see if we can gravitate towards this high today. It's got to be patient. Don't panic. Nice pop here. It's not even aware, like 5 minute, right? Look at that. But that's a beautiful break and retest. Right? We took our shot. So market's pulling back a little bit. So be patient here. Like even if I lose this trade, like this is just it's a great recovery. Got to break and retest, especially off the 5 minute. We're on the right side of the fence. We're bullish bias. Gotta hold our water here. It's definitely trying to defend this. I know momentum has slowed down a little bit. Market is pushing. So SPY and Qs are pushing pretty heavy right now. So I know I got the market in my favor. may just be too heavy right now, like sellers on Tesla. Buyers are trying to hold this. Buyers are definitely trying to hold this. Market's moving, Tesla's just stalling a little bit, but that's it. That's what you want to see. This thing's holding. I mean, this is the candle you want to see form. So I understand, like, I got to hold my water because I don't want to be part of the traders who sell this for a loss and we get squeezed out of our position for a loss. So our level is holding, right? If I lose the trade, it's a great trade. It's a great trade because the market is moving higher still. Tesla's just kind of doing its own thing. Buyers are trying to defend this. See what I mean? Hope this makes sense. Like buyers are definitely trying to defend this level. It's got to be patient. This is like definitely a good trade. Even if I lose this is a great trade. Just got to understand like what we're looking at because the market's pulling back now and Tesla's trying to hold. Tesla's definitely trying to hold. These contracts are holding their value very well. I'm only down 1%. So like, let's see here. It's doing good. It's just lacking momentum, right? We took a trade after an hour market open, so we understand that it's died down a little bit, but the market is pulling back a little heavy now. So we get stopped out, probably just because of that, because of Qs. I would 100% take this trade again, though. Might get stopped out here. Just gotta wait and see. Yeah, Qs is just heavy right now. It's pulling back. Dude, buyers are really trying to defend this thing. It's a great trade. Whatever happens is gonna happen, but this was a great trade. Yeah, man, this is if we get stopped out, it's just because Qs and SPY is too heavy. Because the one thing I'm noticing, yeah, see, it's just Qs and SPYs is heavy. Because this level's actually trying to hold while the market's pulling back pretty heavy right now. See what happens here. I'm about to stop out, guys. Holding this. Still holding this. Let's see. Might get stopped out. Trying to be patient here. Yeah, I'm out, guys. Got out of that. This content very, very well. This content very well. It's a good shot. Yeah, I would 100% take that again. It was a good shot. Right, that's just because cues. Let me go here. Let me go to cues for you. This is what we're seeing right now in the cues. Give me one sec. Right, cues was just too heavy. It's a good shot. I would 100% take that again. That was a really good trade. Let's see. Our thesis was correct. I mean, this level really tried to hold. Really, really tried to hold. I had to cut that though. I placed my stop loss where market structure was. I was looking for the high day here. Watching this. If this reclaims for like strong momentum, I like it, but we'll have to wait and see. Because now, of course, right? We're seeing this low day bounce here on QQQ. Yeah. If we reclaim this with momentum, I'll give this another shot. I got to reclaim this with momentum though. Yeah, we're seeing a big low day bounce here on the Qs. So we barely just got squeezed out of our trade. Barely. Not, I'm not going to force this. That was a high probability shot, so it's a great trade. Let's see. I'm looking at this. Like I said, we got to reclaim this with momentum. And this level tried to hold very, very well. Right, 8 times out of 10, that works. I know why I lost. Got the break and retest, got a beautiful V-shape recovery. Just Qs. Right, Qs is just pulling back way too heavy. This, look at that. Just pulled back way too heavy. Ended up stopping us out of our trade. So if you look at Tesla here in the 5 minute, one sec. Right, this thing did very well holding. We got the retest here. This thing held. You can see we probably just got squeezed out of our position, to be honest. Because this 5 minute body, the candle closed here. Look at that. Seeing this low day bounce here. Yeah, we just got squeezed out. So I'll give this another shot if we can reclaim this with momentum. That's the only thing. I'm looking at this again, guys, for one more shot. I didn't get filled there. I did not take that. I didn't get filled there. Dang. Why did that not fill me? Give me one sec. It's annoying. I did not get filled there, guys. Yeah. I did not re-enter Tesla. Let's see. Yeah, if this plays out, it seems like, right, we just kind of got squeezed out of our position for a loss. All right, look at that. Now, obviously, we have to cut it here, but, the body actually closed here on the 5 minute. I want to see this candle close. Yeah, seems like we got squeezed out. Yep. I want to see if I can get another entry here. I'm not going to force it, though. Our thesis was correct. I mean, you can see this thing is stair-stepping higher. Let's see if I can get a pullback here. I tried to enter on that reclaim, but I didn't get filled on my contracts. I did not get filled. Yeah, nothing going on SPY. Nothing. I'm sorry, on NVIDIA. Nothing going on Apple. Let's see what happens here. I'm watching this. Not gonna force it though. Yeah, I might call it here, guys. I'm not gonna force this. We took a high probability shot. That was a great trade. My contracts are up like 5%, but you guys know I do not. I don't look for quick scalps. Like I said, we got to keep in mind, right? QQQ is still in a channel. QQQ is still in a channel. Yeah, I'm gonna call it here. I'm not gonna force that. Momentum's kind of died down. But hope this trade makes sense. I mean, this is beautiful, right? V-shaped recovery, break, retest off our weekly level at the bottom of the range. Right, we ended up getting in on this candle. We held through that. It held. So it was a very good trade. And you can see it's still holding up. Technically speaking, price is above our key level. So our thesis is still correct. We just, right, we got squeezed out here for a loss. Got squeezed out. Tried to hold that, but I got to respect my stop loss. Momentum has died down here too in Tesla. I just understand conditions. Like it's not that's something I really want to keep forcing a shot on. And then technically speaking, we're in between the first 5 minute candle. Like this was a great shot, right? Hammer stick candle, got the push. I just don't like the way QQQ is moving as well. Let's see. Yeah, see what I mean? Right, look at that. Yeah. Yeah, pretty unfortunate. It's part of the game because our thesis is correct. We just ended up getting squeezed out of our position here for a loss. I did get a candle closure under my stop loss, but right, we should still be in this, right? I mean, so correct trade, correct analysis, right side of the fence. Pretty much have to place my stop loss at a break of structure. Yeah, because even if I had my stop loss here, I still would have got stopped out. So yeah, I still would have got stopped out. Mm, yeah, not much going on in these tech names anyway. Tesla was the highest probability shot. I still like it, but now you can see we're just kind of just doing this. But we did good, right? We got our displacement candle here. We got our hammer stick candle here. Buyer stepped up, right? Maybe squeezed out, but you can see it's just stair stepping higher. So great trade. Nothing on NVIDIA today, clearly, right? Nothing on Apple. Nothing on AMD. I don't think I've traded AMD once this month. See, price action on this name's just trash. Just sitting in a range. Look at that. It's just nothing on this name. That's what I love. Like, look at this on the, look at that. Like, just a hammer stick handle. Look at that. That's beautiful. It's a great shot. Like I said, technically speaking, our thesis is still correct. Our analysis is still correct. I believe that as long as we're above 466.50, price can move higher, right? We're at the bottom of the range. So this is the highest probability shot on Tesla. Look at that. bottom of the range. We see the damage body tells the story. This is exactly what I wanted. I wanted this, right? Plan your trade, trade your plan. But when you focus on these things on our perspective, right? That's why when you respect your stop loss, right? Okay, so cool. You took a base hit loss. That's a great loss. That's a good loss. This trade works out. That loss is a paper cut. All you got to do is be able to sit in your trades, embrace it, and let it play out and run to the upside. So this was a very high probability shot. You can see I have this labeled here as an A plus long. I would 100% take this trade again. Yeah, pretty much gonna call it here. I'm just trying to read this and see what plays out, but nothing on the tech names, obviously. I mean, look at NVIDIA, literally nothing on NVIDIA today, nothing on Apple today. Obviously, AMD is out of the picture. Tesla was the only one that actually looked really good, looked really, really good. Right, we were just trying to catch the trend here. Right, we had a very nice V-shaped recovery, rally to the top of the range. Clearly, we found a key level that's being respected very well. But like I said, Qs, right, Qs is just sitting sideways now. Go here to Qs. Right, look at Qs. Like I said, it's just stuck in here. It's just stuck in here. Right. So we need a Qs to like at least do this, or we're just waiting for it to get out of this, one or the other. All right, so we got to know why we lost our trade, why we took our trade. So it's a high probability shot. We got stopped out because the overall market was just too heavy. And then you can see Qs is pretty much having a choppy day, I would say. We're in the middle of the range, and then look at the 15-minute. Right? Does this look like it's trending higher or lower on the intraday? Not really. And for me, these are like one of my biggest. We all have things that frustrate us. For me, it's like I understand like, hey, if this is pulling back and people are selling, and they have poor stop loss placement, I understand that these are people getting faked out, getting squeezed out, or they're trying to short this name and they're getting squeezed out of their position for a loss. And this is like prime example of like what I mean is I got squeezed out for sure. I had to respect my stop loss. I love my stop loss placement, but hey, I got to get out of here, right? I can't be greedy. And I got a candle closure under it, right here. And then you can see pretty much just ended up holding. So but right now, Qs is just bouncing at the low of day like 3 times. I'll give you a better visual. One sec. Actually, this looks better on the 2-minute. Like, this is just what Qs is doing, right? Every time we come down here, we push up, come down here, push up, come down here, push up. So we're just seeing that around the overall market. Watch, if this plays out, you guys would definitely understand. If you don't understand, you'll definitely understand what I mean when I say, right, I'm looking for entry down here. All you got to do is look left. So if this plays out, throughout the day or into the end of day, this thing actually ends up pushing, you'll understand what I mean. Something I always say is like the A. If you don't know what you're looking for, the A plus shots don't look like an A plus shot in the moment, but this is the highest probability shot, and this is the lowest risk entry shot, right? Because you're stopped out like right here, and this is all your reward. And it's a Monday, so I was really looking for this to follow through a little bit, but like I said, the overall market's still stuck in the channel. So, right now we're just seeing Tesla do this, just sit sideways. Great shot, great shot. Technically, our analysis is still correct, our thesis is correct, but right, just no follow through with the Qs. Qs ended up pulling us back. And the one thing I do love about this Tesla shot is dude, this thing was holding very strong. Like QQQ was pulling back very, very heavy. And buyers were actually holding this up. So like buyers were strong here. I think the market was just too heavy. Right? Look at these too many candles here on Qs. Just trying to break this down for you guys. Look at that. Look at these candles. These are some big candles to the downside. Look at that. But yet, Tesla is actually holding up. Look at that. So we just got stopped out because the Qs were just too heavy, but buyers were actually trying to defend this 466.50. So I definitely will be looking for this tomorrow, depending on how this closes. So this is a great V-shaped recovery on Tesla. Let me go here, Tesla. Look at that. Like even on the 15-minute, this is holding. Yeah, this thing went all the way down to 461.32. We pushed all the way back up to about 468. So man, yeah, nice V-shaped recovery here. This thing is still intact to the upside. So I will just be watching this tomorrow, depending on how today's close. right? If we, fall under 466 tomorrow, I'm just looking for this, a break and retest over it. Or if we stay above it, right, I'll just be looking for a pullback long off of this or a break and retest for 474.50. It's really that simple. But this was our highest probability shot. This is a great trade. I will 100% take this again. So we'll see when I put off the pre-market plan video for tomorrow how today closes. Because technically speaking, right, our thesis is still correct, right? It's still correct. We're holding this 466.50. So it's gonna be a little annoying if, hey, maybe we just got squeezed out before this thing ran higher. We won't know until we know. But good stuff today, guys. Good way to be patient, not force anything. We noticed, hey, it's really not much going on these other names, and we focused our attention to the highest probability shot, which was Tesla, right? Sideways action here on the video, literally nothing on Apple, nothing on SPY, nothing on Qs. The only play that set up today was Tesla, right? We planned our trade, we traded our plan. This is right off the pre-market game plan. So today is a W, right? You got to understand. Thinking probabilities, take the highest probability shots, and the market will pay you more than you will pay it. So let's see how today closes. I'm very curious, right? A little irritated if this thing actually rips to the upside. That'd be crazy. But hopefully this makes sense on what I'm looking for, right? Looking at the RR, like getting in down here before we get up here. It's a great trade. I was even looking just to see if we can gravitate back towards the higher day. So we'll call it here. Good stuff today, guys. I would definitely see you guys later on today. And I'll have that pre-market game plan for tomorrow. And I'll see you guys on the next one.